KC9YAV, and the wonderful Wolverine single-side net. Yeah, it's Neil here in Indy, K9CTV, and David, it is good to hear you as always. You're roaring in here now. I had trouble with the pre-net with the local, it was mostly the local noise, but your signal is roaring here now. I didn't check the S meter, but it was over half, so might have been 10 over 9. Anywho, thanks so much for all you do, David, and it's awards night, and please don't forget to remind Taz to pick up the file. That's important. David, not a whole lot going on here. It got up to 80. Well, it's 80 degrees now. It might get a little warmer as the sun heads down, and it was a beautiful day all day. It's kind of overcast this morning, but warmed right up, clouds left, and it's just been beautiful. And let's see, my smarter and better half is right here with me as usual. We finished dinner a little bit early. We had, we used to call them Sloppy Joes. I guess they're Manwich now. That was good, and I was so full I can't see straight. And I have to agree with you and Brother Craig. The first 3 Star Wars are the best. I think they made it up as they went along, but it was nice when the same people made it up, and those first 3 were great for that. I had to, I think I was at sea on my first ship, and when the movie premiered in the San Diego area, and I had to wait till we came back into port, and when we did, there was still a long line, and I went to the movie, let's see, David, I went to the movie with some friends of mine from the ship. We were all technical people, so I remember leaving the movie. Boy, it was great. The graphics were excellent. The movie was great. I think the only comment I remember making was, gee, with all that technology, you would think that they would learn to zero beat a single sideband transmission. I guess that's as far as I went. But it was a great 3 movies. I didn't catch any of the others, Dave. They just didn't interest me because I thought they were just making it up as they went along, and it wasn't the same guys making it up. So, anywho, the first 3 are great, and that's where I left it. Not a whole lot else going on here. It is waving wildly while I talk to you, Dave, and man, it is always good to catch you and all the Wolverines, and signals are improving, so we're going to hang out and listen for a while. Martha and I have both decided that we were going to dive back into Facebook, and it turns out that before we left, we took a little break, we left, and when we came back, all of our, I guess we were Facebook grandparents for a lot of people. Those folks are still around, so we got a big welcome when we came back. Kind of nice, and I'm still catching up on all my reading. I took more than my nickel's worth, David. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. We'll see you later. KC9YAV and Company, K9CTV and Sidekick.
Okay, Neil. Very good. Yeah, I think you have a good point there about the other additional Star Wars movies, and actually I read somewhere where George Lucas worked with Joseph Campbell on developing the scripts for the first 3 Star Wars movies. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Joseph Campbell. He's a philosopher. Anyway, but that probably has some impact on the storylines. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But for anyone who's interested, you might want to take a look into that. But yeah, made a big difference. Yeah, and you're right. After those 3, there's kind of different, as you said, made them up as they go along, or they're a little bit different. So anyway, glad that you and Martha are having a good evening, and that you had a good dinner tonight. With the manwiches, yeah, manwich is a little different than Sloppy Joe. There's no doubt about that, but both are pretty good. I haven't had a Sloppy Joe for quite a while. That sounds pretty good to have. I always like eating Sloppy Joe on potato chips. After it falls off the bun, scoop it up with a potato chip and have it too. So that's part of the experience for me. Personally, I'm having smoked sausage with sauerkraut, potatoes, and carrots later on this evening. So I'm looking forward to that. So you and Marta have a great evening tonight. Thanks for checking in with us, and you take care. 73s. And with that, let me take a break and see if we have some more check-ins out there. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net. And this is awards night, so after you check in with me, make sure that you go to the awards page and fill out the awards form so that you can get the awards. It is the Star Wars Award for May the Fourth be with you. But first you need to check in with me, so I'm looking for those call signs. Please give them to me phonetically.
Charlie 8, Echo, Hotel Romeo.
Was that K8, Echo, Hotel Romeo?
Negative, Kilo Charlie 8, Echo, Hotel Romeo.
Okay, Kilo Charlie 8, Echo Hotel Romeo, number 28. Who else do we have? Could you come back one more time? I had a little static crash in there. Alpha Charlie 9, X-Ray November.
Roger, roger.
Alpha Charlie 9, X-Ray November, number 29. Who else?
Yes, November Bravo 9 Delta on N8 SOB remote.
November Bravo 9 Delta, number 30. Okay, any other check-ins before we jump back into the list? Okay, let's jump back into the list at number 7. That'll be Eric in Bloomfield Hills. And stand by George in Clarkston. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Eric. That's Kilo 3, Echo Sierra Lima. Eric, how are you doing tonight?
Kilo 3, Echo Sierra Lima. The Force will be with me. Anyway, things are good. KC9YAV. Hopefully I killed all the dandelions in the yard today. I went out there and sprayed some wicked shit to kill the weeds. Went out with the wife and lunch and had a really nice salad, a meatless salad, which I thought would put me in good graces with her. And now I find out that she's actually making lentils for dinner. And I said, lentils, is that a meat? So it appears to be a meatless Saturday in my house. Tomorrow, traveling to Maryland for a meeting, for a one-day meeting, flying back Tuesday morning, and that's pretty much it. So hope everybody out there's having a good time. Thanks, David, for running the net. You are hearing people I cannot hear. K3ESL back to KC9YAV.
Okay, Eric. Well, I'm hearing you just great. You're about 10 over down here in Elkhart. You're booming in now. You were pretty strong earlier, but now it's just off. You're just booming. So, and sorry to hear you're having a meatless Saturday. I remember when my wife switched to being vegan. It was a very unsatisfying point in my life, but I got over it. I started having to cook my own meals, but that was another story altogether. But anyway, it's not bad for a short period of time. As far as an in-and-out meeting, those can be rough. I used to do a lot of air travel for my job. Used to be on a plane. It seemed like 5 days a week back in my early career. So I know how that is. So you take care, and may the force be with you. 73's, Eric. And with that, let's drop down to number 8. That's George in Clarkston, and stand by Brad in Hobart. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to George. Whiskey Delta 8, India November Whiskey. George, how you doing tonight?
KC9YAV, WDINW. George in Clarkston, Michigan. Well, Eric, I had 2 hot dogs, so is that meat? I think that's processed meat, but anyway, I like hot dogs anyway. But that's what we had for dinner tonight was hot dogs and then a bunch of vegetables. So anyway, a nice day. We haven't gotten any of the rain yet. I thought we were going to get some before now, but apparently not yet. But I do hear the static crashes, and we're busy today. Had chores to do. Got most everything outside now. Back out on the deck, the furniture and all that stuff. Took a bench out today from the basement. And, did dishes and laundry and stuff like that. So I helped Kathy with that stuff. And she's busy watching the NCIS marathon. It's on one channel on Saturday and another channel on Sunday. So watched that last weekend too. Not a lot to watch on TV. There was the Kentucky Derby. There was we didn't quite understand it. There was a whole bunch of races, different races, so that was on for a little while today. So we'll say 7-3 to everybody, and thanks a lot for doing it, David. Oh, by the way, it's award day, WDINW.
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
Thank you, David. George, I just wanted to wish you a belated happy birthday. And your birthday card went out in the mail today.
Thank you, Doris.
Okay, George. Well, good for getting the things back out on the deck and doing a little yard work today. Definitely a good day to do that. And I'm glad that you got that done. I was thinking about putting the pots back out on my deck myself, but I decided against it. I'm having my deck redone here in June, so I decided that I wouldn't do that. I'd wait until the deck got redone to do that. Although I think I'm going to set them out by the garage where they get some sunlight, and then I'll move them up there. So I'll get some plants started. I don't think I'm going to wait. I think if I wait until mid-June, once my deck is done, I won't be able to get any plants of any worthwhile quality to put in the pots. So I think probably get them started now and then move them up there. But anyway, and yeah, I saw the Kentucky Derby was running today, and I saw that there was a whole list of races that were run this afternoon, but the actual Derby didn't start until I think 6 o'clock, so it's long over now. So yeah, I was a little confused about which one of the races was the actual Derby race with all the different races that they were running. So I was scratching my head just like you were. So you and Kathy have a great evening tonight, and take care, and we will talk to you later on. So 73s. And with that, let's drop down to number 9. That's Brad in Hobart. And stand by Harold in Waterford. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Brad, KC9KRX. Brad, how you doing tonight? KC9KRX. Brad, you're up. KC9KRX, are you there? Looks like Brad stepped away. I'm sure he'll be back. But in the meantime, let's drop down to number 10. That'll be Harold in Waterford. And stand by Tom in Cadillac. But first, let's go to Harold, Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Victor Tango. Harold, how you doing?
This is Harold, KDA in Davison. Well, it's been one of those days. I was working on the golf cart. Now, most of us have lawnmowers, and if you've got to change the spark plug, it's right up there in front. Not on the golf cart. It's inside of the engine. And you've got to somehow get down inside this thing into the socket and then try to take it out. I spent about half a day trying to get at that stupid spark plug just to change it. Other than that, I found it. And it's running fine, you know, that's not a problem. But it's one of those things, I wonder who ever dreamed up how to make a golf cart crazier or stupider or whatever it is. And with that, 2 trips to Menards are on fire. And I'm bringing it back to you. KC9YAV. This is KDA-HAT. I'll be listening.
Okay, Harold, very good. I didn't really have a copy on you, but I know others did. So hope that you've had a good day today. I'm guessing you're up at Davidson, based upon the signal. So you take care and enjoy the rest of the nice weather before we get a little rain probably tonight. And we will talk to you later on. So 73s. And with that, let's drop down to number 11. That's Tom in Cadillac. And stand by Rod in Indian River. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Tom. Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey, India, and Vodka. Tom, how you doing tonight?
Doing well, Dave. Boy, the static level is S9. It's really, really bad. I can copy you, but barely. I don't hear most of the people on. KC9YAV and the wonderful Wolverines. WBA, WYV. Well, we had a really great ham fest here. I think we had about 285 people. There may have been more. That's just kind of a rough estimate. And we had a lot of vendors. Everybody seemed to have a good time. People made some money, and it was a great deal. So we're looking forward to next year. And everything worked really, really well. Anyhow, I don't have much more to report other than the ham fest. And so, like I said, the static level is S9 here. It's really bad. Anyhow, I'm going to turn it back to you there, Dave. And May the 4th be with you. KC9YAV, WBA, WYV. All be clear. Good evening.
Okay, Tom. Glad you had a good time at the Ham Fest, and you had such a good turnout. I think you said 284 people at the Ham Fest. That's a good turnout, definitely. And hopefully, maybe something fun followed you home. I don't know. So keep our fingers crossed there. I do know that we are having a solar flare right now, which might explain why the band conditions have suddenly deteriorated some. So that probably explains a few things. So You take care, have a great evening, and we'll talk to you later. And with that, let's drop down to number 12. Before we get there, just wanted to let everyone know, yes, we are having a solar flare. It's looking like it's a mid-level M class at the moment, so band conditions have deteriorated some. So relays are definitely appreciated here. So let's get back to the list. At number 12, that's Rod in Indian River, and stand by Taz and Romulus. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Rod, Whiskey Golf 8 Whiskey, WG8W. Rod, how you doing tonight?
Yo, Rod!
Okay, this is WG8W. Very good, Dave. Thank you. I can't hardly hear you on the radio, Dave. I have to listen to you on the SDR. But that's just the bad conditions we're dealing with today. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. Anyhow, we certainly appreciate the opportunity we had today to go to Cadillac, to the Hamfest. I got to see Tom over there. Tom, he did a great job of announcing that stuff. Thanks for being there and handling all that. And it was good to see you. Anyhow, I saw a lot of people there. I had a couple of tables there, and I didn't sell as much as I wanted to, but I sold a few things, and I was happy with that. And hopefully I can find another swap to go to and see if I can get rid of some more stuff that I don't use, you know. So it's good stuff too. So anyhow, I tell you what, this Cadillac swap, this is the best one I've been to in the years. I've been to Cadillac swap almost every year, and now that they moved to this new location, it's just going to get better and better. So we're looking forward to next year's swap there in Cadillac. It's going to be, I'm sure it's going to, the word of mouth is going to spread around. It's going to get bigger, so we look forward to that. And I certainly enjoyed it there. The only thing is, they're going to go from 8 till 12. I'm wondering, if they continue to grow, they might be going from 8 till 2. That would be a couple more hours there, you know, to make some more, buy some more toys or sell some more stuff. So anyhow, hey, good to be on. Glad to be able to sign in here on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, and we'll see if we can find the Obi-Wan Kenobi and what's that other guy? Yoda? And we'll give them a howdy for you there, Dave. 73, WG8W. May the 4th be with you.
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
Yeah, good seeing you there, Rod. And thanks for coming up to the table. We had a really great one. And we are now the Cadillac International Ham Fest. We had I think 2 or 3 people from Canada that came to our Hamfest. So we have gone international. 73 WB8WIV.
Hey Tom, there was a friend of mine, Dave from Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, was supposed to come, but he got sick and he didn't want to come down and spread it around. But he'll probably be there next year. So yeah, international, cool thing, man. WG8W. I'm out. See you later.
Okay, Rod, glad you had a good time at the Hamfest as well, and you got to liquidate some of your inventory and come back with a little dinero in your pocket there. It sounds like it was definitely a good Hamfest for you, and that it was international even, so that's cool. I think I'm going to put it on my calendar for an adventure for next year. That I like that area of Michigan anyway, and that sounds like a good place to go for maybe a change of scenery. So we'll say 73s to you, Rod, and we'll talk to you later. And with that, let's drop down to number 13. That's Taz and Romulus. And after Taz, we're going to take a short break. Then we'll pick up Sam in Manchester. But first, let's go to Taz. That's Kilo 8 Tango Alpha Sierra. Taz, may the 4th be with you. How are you?
Coco Moo Cock Booba.
Oh, there you go,
making me laugh. Casey 9YAV, David. This is Kilo 8 Tango Alpha Sierra. Taz in Romulus, Michigan, where I think we're about 70 degrees. We did warm up to 72 degrees. Started off overcast, and then the sun came out, and we warmed up. So just a beautiful day here in Romulus. So not much here. We sat on a patio, watched Rusty cutting our grass today. That's so weird. I'm sitting on the patio watching Rusty cut my grass today. So he did a great job. So sweet of him to do that for me with these two cracked ribs there. So I felt guilty just watching him riding around on the tractor and then the small mower there. So that's been pretty much our day. Worked some FT8 and worked some FT8 while he was cutting grass. So I guess it doesn't get any better than that. So and my oldest daughter came and visited us for a while. So that was a good thing. And David, thanks for doing it. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate you being there on Saturday night. And tonight is award night, of course. And, of course, you know I'm here. I'll be riding along. And I will pick up the pile after the net. Hopefully it won't be too heavy. With that, we're going to turn it back over to you. KC9YAV, KTAS.
Okay, Taz. I'm sure you got to work out watching the grass being cut, because every good job needs a good manager, and I know that you're a good manager because you've got a lot of experience. So I'm sure that grass looks great. And thanks for everything you do for the net, and I sure hope those ribs heal up sooner than later, and everything goes well for you. So we'll say 73s to you for now. And with that, let me take a break and see if we have anyone else out there that'd like to check into the Wolverine single sideband net at this time. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net, and I'm taking pre-net check-ins at this time. And this is also award night on the Wolverine single sideband net. So after you check in, make sure you go to our web page. Just Google Wolverine single sideband net. Page will pop up. Go to the awards tab and fill out the awards form, and you will get this month's award, which is May the Force be with you in honor of the Star Wars movies. But the first step is to get checked in. So if you'd like to get on the check-in list, give me your call sign phonetically, and I'll add you to the list right now.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victoria Ocean Whiskey.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victoria Ocean Whiskey, number 31.
Thanks for 31, David.
Any other check-ins? Was there a KB8 out there, a KB8 PRU?
Yes, sir. KB8PRU.
Okay, Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Romeo uniform, you're number 32.
Yeah, put me on.
KB8 Papa Romeo uniform, did you say you're in and out?
Yes.
Was that a Roger?
Roger. I can't.
Okay, got it. You're number 32. Any other check-ins at this time? Okay, let's jump back into the net at line 14. That'll be Sam in Manchester, and stand by Doris in Romulus. She'll be up next. But first, let's go to Sam, November 8, X-ray uniform Yankee. Sam, how you doing tonight?
Looking for the man from Manchester. Sam, you're at the microphone.
November 8, X-Ray Uniform Yankee, are you there? I would say Sam stepped away, so let's drop down to number 16. That's Doris and Romulus, and stand by Scott in Vermilion, Ohio. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Doris, Kilo 8, Delta X-Ray Juliet. Doris, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking, David. This is Kilo 8 Delta X-Ray Juliet, and it's just been a different kind of day today, starting out with, as Taz said, with Rusty, bless his heart, for coming out and doing the grass, and I know that there's a lot more grass here than he has at his place, and the fact that he has to drive the 45 minutes here is it's just so sweet of him to do this. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. And as Tess said, the oldest daughter came and visited today. I've been going through some of my things in my closet, and had a few things that I thought that she would like. So passed them on to her, and looked it up, and it looks like Romulus is going to have a citywide garage sale the 16th through the 19th of May, which I know is coming up pretty darn soon. So I thought, well, maybe I can get rid of some of the stuff that way and make a few bucks in the meantime. So I figured instead of donating it, somebody else can, that wants it, can then purchase it. So and then whatever's left over will go to Goodwill for sure. So anyway, so that's pretty much what's going on here. So we'll turn it back to you. This is K8DXJ on this wonderful award night. So if you haven't filled it out yet, go to the website and fill it out and send it, and we'll get that award off to you. K8DXJ.
Okay, Doris, very good. Yeah, I always vacillate between when we have the neighborhood garage sale here on whether or not to put stuff out for it or just give it to Goodwill. I usually end up just giving it to Goodwill and saying that it's just easier for me that way. But that's just me. Yeah. In the past, we've done garage sales, and we've turned a little change on the garage sales in the past. It all depends on what it is that you have. That's the key. Is it something people want? So good luck on that, and it does take some definite preparation for the garage sale for sure. So and you'll be busy for a little while sorting through things, getting ready for that. So that'll keep you busy for a few days here in the coming week, getting ready for that. And in the meantime, may the 4th be with you. And which Star Wars movies do you like the best?
Are you referring to me?
Yes.
Oh, the first one for sure. The first one for sure. I did see 1, 2, and 3, but the first one was definitely the best.
Okay. Yep. I'm in that camp too. I like the first one the best. Okay. Well, you have a great evening. Thanks for everything you do for us. You are definitely the queen of the net. 73s. And with that, let's drop down to number 17. That's Scott in Vermilion, Ohio. And stand by Andy in Burton, Ohio. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Scott, Kilo Echo 8, Victor Oscar X-Ray. Scott, how you doing tonight?
KC9, YAV, K8VOX. Well, I'm doing pretty good. We had a little bit of rain, I guess, this morning or something. I don't know. I was in the library all morning giving VE test session going today. We got 5 new hams and a couple upgrades, and so that was a pretty good day there, and pretty good evening here. Sun's out, light wind. Haven't had nothing to eat yet, but that's coming. And let's see, Star Wars. They have I don't know, my cousin and her daughter, I guess they're both my cousins, but they went to a Star Wars thing where you dress, they put it on the big screen again at the theater, and you dress up as characters, I guess. I guess that's a thing to do on May 4th now. Looked like it was a lot of fun. I'm not into Star Wars, but I did watch the first Star Wars, and that's the only one I watched, so I'd have to say that's probably the best one I've watched. And that's all I got, David. Thanks for getting me in. Thank you, Sean, for the relay there at the pre-net. The bands have really been up and down, but hopefully everybody's hearing me. And this is KE8VOX sending it back to KC9YAV 73.
Okay, Scott. Yeah, I had a great copy on you there. Bands are picking up a little bit now as we get a little bit later into the evening here. And yeah, I really like the first one the best. Maybe because it just made such a big impression on me. But the second two were pretty good too. I think the second was better than the third one. But the first one was definitely the biggest impression. And yeah, I know people that have gone to the theater dressed up as well, but I'm a little old for that. But my son, he's in his mid-20s now. Back when he was in his late teens, he did dress up and go to the theaters to see the showings and stuff. But that's not my cup of tea. But anyway, glad you did the VE sessions today. Glad to hear that you got some new hams in your area. That's awesome. And thanks for being a VE. We appreciate that as well. So 73s to you. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you next Saturday when I'm net control again. So until then, all the best. And with that, let's drop down to 19. That's Andy and Burton, and stand by Bill in Bath, New York. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Andy, Alpha Bravo 8, Mike Oscar. Andy, how you doing tonight?
All right. Let's try this. You'll probably hear me better now. This is AB at MO. I don't know. People are complaining that the band is down, and I'm hoping that's the case because, you're up to about S5, but I lost you almost entirely at the beginning of the net. So I've been on Sean's radio here most of the net. So he's, let's see here, Sean, you're only about, the dipole's actually getting you better, which is, usually it doesn't really matter, but what the late conditions are on the dipole, let's see, Sean's station's about 20 over, and I'm only getting about 10 over on the loop, so I don't know. It's strange. Maybe I got a problem with the loop. I don't know. Anyway, happy Star Wars Day, everybody. I never really got into Star Wars. I've seen bits and pieces of probably the first and maybe the second movie, but I never really got into it. And the only Star Trek series that I really ever liked and watched was the Voyager series with Captain Janeway and Seven of Nine, and and apparently a Cap is in there too. So anyhow, Lily says hello. My brother's supposed to come over. We were supposed to help remove cut some trees down that had got knocked down over the winter time in my parents' lawn here. But the forecast said it was supposed to rain all day. Yeah, that largely has not happened. So I guess he canceled out for nothing, and the trees are still in the yard. So, oh well. So anyway, hey, Sean, thanks for the assist so that everybody hears me. Back to you there, David, KC9YAV. This is AB at MO.
Okay, Andy. Well, sorry to hear you didn't get the trees taken care of today. I don't know if I guess you didn't get rain after all, after they forecast it. We had a wonderful day here in northern Indiana. I had temperature peaked out at 82 degrees, and it's just been gorgeous. But, Yeah, some people enjoy sci-fi and the movies, the Star Wars movies, and other people, it's not their cup of tea, and that's all right. So that's fine. And yeah, your signal's booming, but you said you're on Sean's remote. I could hear you. I think you started off and you weren't on Sean's remote, and I could hear you just as well there. So band's coming around. We did have a flare about 20 minutes ago, and it's coming down, and band's picking up as we get closer to, we're past 7 now, and things are starting to pick up all the way around. So anyway, you enjoy the rest of your evening, and take care, and have a great day tomorrow. We'll probably talk to you tomorrow night on the net. So until then, may the force be with you. 73s, Andy, and have a great evening. And with that, let's drop down to number 20. That's Bill in Bath, New York, and stand by Jody in Freeland. You'll be next. But first, let's go to Bill, N2CT, and I may need a relay on this. I'm not sure if I can hear him. But Bill, go ahead.
Thank you there, David. I can barely hear you, but the Andy there came in pretty good. This is N2CT, Bill here in Bath. Just want to say hello to everybody and thank Doris for doing the awards tonight. And the Star Wars movie I saw in the movie theater was the first one in 1977. I was on vacation in Maine, and I saw that one. And the other ones, I didn't see them until they were on TV, but I only think the first one was the best one. So anyhow, thanks for doing the net there, David, and a very hard copy tonight. KC9YAB, this is N2CT, back to you.
Over.
Okay, Bill, I could just barely tell you're in there, but I know other people could hear you. So you enjoy the rest of your evening, and take care. And hopefully next Saturday we'll have a little better conditions and be able to talk to you direct. So until then, have a great evening in 73s. And with that, let's drop down to number 21. That's Jody in Freeland, and stand by Gary in Spruce. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Jody, KB8MCI. Jody, how are you doing tonight?
This is KB8MCI. Well, we're still fighting the crud here in my chest. I'm not sure what's going on with this stuff, but hopefully I can get over it. I got some meds, but they probably aren't going to last long enough. Yeah, with that, not too much going on up here. Went to the antenna element again and tried to get a little bit better reception, but it's about the same no matter which leg I put either north or south or east or west. Hopefully we'll get this figured out or better antenna for 75 meters. Other than that, that's about it. We'll stay 73, and hope you can hear me today. This is KB8MCI.
Okay, Jody, no problem copying you. Sorry to hear you got the crud in the throat and down in the chest. Hopefully you'll push through that, and some warm weather here will help bake that out, and you'll be feeling better here in no time. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for that, and hopefully you'll be back feeling good here in a couple of days, and it'll subside. So until then, have a great evening, and thanks for checking in with me tonight. And with that, let's drop down to number 23. That's Gary in Spruce, and after Gary, we're going to take a short break, see if we have some more check-ins out there, and when we come back, we'll pick up Joe in Ypsilanti. But first, let's go to Gary. That's KD8GFL. Gary, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, and thanks for asking. KD8GFL, Gary here in Metropolis of Spruce, on the east side of Hubbard Lake, and the doggone sun disappeared on us again. We'll have to have a good, honest talk with that thing. Anyway, we left here this morning, headed to Cadillac. And boy, I tell you what, you had to be careful because we had fog all the way there. And luckily it disappeared, and when we came back, it was nice. The sun was out, and we enjoyed it. But we did have a good time at the swap. And even got to sit in there and chat with some of the guys on the UP net, by gosh. And that was enjoyable. And I was really surprised at how much was packed into that room. Now, that was really good. But I did manage to win something. I was surprised. I got a nice, a catalog, and I got a Proper Communications second edition, and a few other little trinkets here and there, nothing too serious. But, hey, I was surprised I won that. It's always good to have some catalogs around here, that's for darn sure. Especially this one from DX Engineering. I think I'll enjoy that one very much. But anyway, everybody is sounding pretty good tonight. The band does fade out now and then, and just one of those things we got to deal with, unfortunately. So, and right now I'm just sitting here looking at the nice sunshine that disappeared. At least I was trying to anyway. So, anyway, with that, I'll give it back to you, sir. Thanks for doing it. Everybody have a great evening. 7-3, JD8 GFL.
Okay, Gary. Well, I'm glad you had a good time at the swap there in Cadillac, and sorry to hear about the fog in the morning, but hey, that happens. Hopefully it wasn't too dense to drive in so that you weren't white-knuckled, but a little fog isn't bad. Kind of makes things kind of interesting to drive in. I just don't like it when you can't see past the front of your car, but a little bit of fog is all right sometimes. So, but awful glad that you had a good time at the swap, and you found the catalog and had a good time meeting people there. That's the best part of the swap meet. Putting faces and names together and seeing old friends. And it really sounds like it was a great swap meet today. So I'm glad you had a good time. So thanks for checking in with me here tonight, and good signal down here in Elkhart. Starting to get a little static from the storms over on the other side of the lake there on the west side of the Lake Michigan, but no problem copying you. So 73s for now. You have a great evening and have a wonderful day tomorrow. And with that, let me take a short break and see if we have some more check-ins out there. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net. And I'm looking for additional check-ins. And just remember, once you check in with me, make sure you go to our website. This is awards night here on the Wolverine single sideband net. That means that you can go to our website and you just need to Google Wolverine single sideband net. Go to the website, click on the awards tab, and fill out the form, and you can get this month's award sent to you. It's the May the Force be with you. It's an award for Star Wars because two Star Wars motion pictures were released in the month of May. Everyone is welcome. Everyone is eligible for the award. You don't need to be a member to it. Member to the Wolverine single sideband net. You just need to check in and get on the check-in list and then fill out the form, and one will be sent to you at no charge. But first, you need to check in, so give me your call sign phonetically, and I'll add you to the list at this time.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Uniform Zulu.
I've got Victor Echo 3, Kilo Uniform Zulu at 33, and I heard several other stations out there. Please come back and try and spread them out a little bit. Is that N8ERV? N8ERV, number 34. Who else? That was Kilo Charlie 9, India Victor Oscar. Is that correct, Harold? Okay, you're number 35, Harold. Who else? Any other check-ins for the Wolverine single side bend at this time? Okay, no other check-ins at this time, so let's jump back into the list at number 25. That's Joe in Ypsilanti, and stand by Clint in Eaton Rapids. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Joe. That's Kilo Echo 8, Charlie Bravo Whiskey. Joe, how you doing tonight?
Oh, doing pretty good. Pretty good. This is Joe, KE8 CBW. Just doing some adjusting on double bazooka that I put up today. So still got a high SWR. I got to tweak the ends of it, but very critical on the legs on the end. Trying to match it up to my off-center fed that's up 60 feet, and this is only 35 feet. So far, it seems to be dialing in a little bit better than what it was earlier. Boy, there's a lot of noise on the band tonight. Geez, you're doing a great job pulling everybody out, because sometimes I can't even hear them people. They must be south, closer to you, but it's just not a whole great deal of noise, but the band is just broke tonight. So, but good signals from the ones that checked in already. So I'll turn it back over to net control from Joe, KE8 CBW in Ypsilanti.
Okay, Joe. Well, you're putting a good signal in down here in Elkhart. I run 6 dB of attenuation. You're a solid 5.8. So the antenna's doing its job. And yeah, the band is definitely broke. Signals are kind of up and down, but they're getting better as the evening goes on here. A couple of the signals have been a little weak, but I'm able to catch them. But they're not where they normally are. So anyway, you have a good evening, and take care. And what I would do to have a 80-meter antenna up at 65 feet, wow, that would be wonderful. Something to dream about. But I'll take what I can get. I just got mine up to 40 feet. So it took a long time before that happened. So anyway, you have a great evening. Always a pleasure talking to you, Joe. And have a great day tomorrow. 73s. And with that, let's drop down to number 28. That's Clint in Eaton Rapids. And stand by George in Highland, Indiana. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Clint. Kilo Charlie 8, Echo Hotel Romeo. Clint, how you doing tonight?
What's nice is picking me up. Thank you, David. Hello, everybody. Yes, I am a major Star Wars freak. I can't say there's a movie I like the best out of all of them. I do like the original 3 just because I am a nostalgic old man. And if it wasn't for the original anything, you would not have anything else to follow, right? So, yeah. And I was on the job site once, and they had a plumber that was asking me questions. Everyone knew I was a big Star Wars fan. And he was on the phone with another plumber on another job, swore he was a big Star Wars fan, swore no one could stump him on any Star Wars trivia. And every time I walked by, the other plumbers were asking me, can you think of a question we could ask him to stump him? And I'm thinking, if he's a big Star Wars nerd as I, it's going to be hard to stump him. But in the Attack of the Clones CD pack, in the introductory CD that comes with the movie CD, it has a bunch of little tidbit informations about its different characters. And one of them, it said that Yoda was 700 years old. And I'm thinking, okay, well, this is equated to the second movie, Attack of the Clones. So I'm thinking, you know what, he may not have seen that. So I told the guys, I said, in Attack of the Clones, how old was Yoda? And they asked the guy could not come up with the answer, and I told him 700. And the guy told the other plumbers I was working with, don't figure use another Star Wars geek against me. And they wanted to know how I knew, and I told them how. But I was once a serious I mean, guys, I was a major nerd. You wouldn't know it now. You look at me, I look like a mean dog biker guy, someone you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley. I've been told that by a few people, but it was my escape when I was a kid, to be honest with you. We had a rough child life growing up, and that was my escape. You know, I collected Star Wars, played with it a lot, and I wanted to do still movie type things, and I memorized movies word for word, and I'm going to say I probably have every one of the spaceships and figures they came out with from the original three, and once they came out with Darth Maul, Phantom Menace, my current wife was helping me go through, and we were itemizing and checking things off. So I was a big Star Wars fan, but once he sold to Disney and then they started getting political and started firing people based on their religious beliefs, I kind of hung it up after that. I lost interest in it. But here's a trivia piece for you guys, and I'm going to give you the answer. In the first movie, Star Wars, Carrie Fisher did not, I don't mean this to be dirty or perverted, but she did not wear a bra, and there's a reason why. George Lucas, and she was being interviewed, and she even said this, he was straight-faced honest about it. He said, because in science and space, women don't wear bras. And she was like, why not? It was because if they sucked out into space, the bra would strangle them. And he was dead serious. Absolutely dead serious. And I'm thinking, if you're sucked out to space, I think the bra is going to be the least of your concern. But he told her she could not wear a bra because of that. And she said he was dead honest, straight-faced about it. So, anyways, thanks for picking me up. And I do more impersonations for you guys, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. May the Force be with you. Have a good night, everybody. KC8EHR.
Okay, Clint. Thanks for the trivia. I appreciate it. And you gave me a perspective of why people get involved with, get so in depth into Star Wars, which I never thought about. You gave me a perspective that maybe my son had, why he was so engrossed in Star Wars, and gives me a whole new perspective. I appreciate that, and it opened my eyes. I appreciate it, and for me, it was the first three movies. And I would say the last one too, the Last Jedi, I enjoyed too, but the other ones not quite so much. I never could sit down and watch any of the whole movies of the other ones. That was an interesting piece of trivia about the bra. It's interesting. So anyway, thanks for the insights, and thanks for your comments. I appreciate them, and you have a great evening. And I've enjoyed reading your IMs on Almost Instant Messenger as we've been going through the evening too. So 73s, have a great evening, and we'll be talking to you next Saturday night as well. So with that, let's drop down to number 29. That's George in Highland, Indiana, and stand by Neil in Bedford, New Hampshire. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to George, Alpha Charlie 9, X-Ray November. George, how you doing? George. I didn't have a great copy. Got a lot of static crashes coming in with you, but sounded like you said you had a pretty good day today with temperatures in the low 80s, similar to what I had here. And I'm glad that you did. And you enjoy the rest of the evening and batten down the hatches, because I think we're both going to get some rain later on this evening. So you take care, and we will talk to you next Saturday night, if not sooner. So 73s, my friend. And with that, let's drop down to number 30. That's Neil in Bedford, New Hampshire. And stand by Rusty in Lambertville. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Neil. That's November Bravo 9 Delta. Neil, how you doing tonight?
Hey, KC9YAV here is November Bravo 9 Delta. Neil in Bedford, New Hampshire, and we're on Sean's remote N8SOB, and we got Andy out here as well, AB8MO, and life is good. I just want to say may the May 4th be with you and everyone that is out here and listening. Yes, we're so happy. It's a Star Wars award night. I kind of share the same sentiment as many of the other folks out here. The first three were really good. My favorite being the third, The Return of the Jedi, where they had Muppets running around and all that. And after that, though, with the CGI, it's just, I don't know, in a way, they tried to make it more realistic, but I just think it was too, with the CGI, it was just too realistic. It just seemed unrealistic, if that makes any sense. So, at any rate, other than that, enjoying a nice day here in New Hampshire. We gorgeous day today. Bailey says hi. Her call letters, of course, are Bravo Alpha 1 Lima Echo Yankee. And I hope everyone's having a good evening and even a better day tomorrow. And, well, thanks for listening to what we have to say. We'll send it back to Net Control, KC9YAV NB90. Thank you.
Okay, Neil. Yeah, I think I have to agree with you on the CGI. I think it just makes it too real, that it makes it unreal. I never thought about it in that perspective. That's an interesting perspective to take. Yeah, too much of a good thing. That's I guess that is the position there. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know. Yeah, I think that is a good perspective there. Yeah, the first two movies were probably better than the third, and then after that, I lost interest. So I'm with you there. So anyway, you and Bailey have a great evening tonight, and take care. And we'll talk to you next Saturday night. So 73s. And with that, let's drop down to number 31. That's Rusty in Lambertville. And stand by Bob in Windsor. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Rusty, WB8VOW, the Lawnmower Man. How you doing tonight, Rusty?
KC9YAV with a wonderful Wolverine single sideband net, WB8VOW. Oh, hey, what a great day it was to start it with Taz and Doris and running around the yard. The thing is, David, I just cut it on Monday. And, to see it going to seed, literally going to seed in many, many places. It's just kind of speaks to how much rain we've had this week. And God help us all when the mosquitoes come out. They're going to be like B-52s, I'm telling you. But it was always great visiting with Taz and Doris, although I kind of kept my distance because Lady Di has had 3 COVID tests, and all of them have a light pink stripe that says, uh-oh. She really was wiped out. I think it was Thursday night. She came home just tuckered out and made it through her day and basically slept most of Friday and a good portion of today, and she's doing better. But I stopped and got her some pineapple. That's supposed to be real good for your throat. She's had some throat issues. and has had a loose cough as well. But I think she's getting better. I think she's turning the corner, and so when I came home, it was a really good day to work on the camper, just quarantining myself. And so yeah, I came home and I dumped all the water out of the lines and made sure there were no leaks, and got all the pink stuff out of the drains, and emptied everything in buckets and carried it into the garage and put it down the sink, and everything's pretty much ready for Memorial Day. So got a little bit more to do, but we'll be heading over to the daughter and son-in-laws on Memorial Day, and we'll be camping in their driveway. That way we have a place to sleep with air conditioning and to hide when the work gets too hard. But hey, may the 4th be with you, my friend. Star Wars, I loved Star Wars until it got to become more action than story. And it just it's kind of what happened is it just got more and more action packed and less story, and so I kind of lost interest. I'll still watch it when I get a chance to, and there's something playing where I can sit down and watch it. But yeah, there's nothing like the first one. The first one was just amazing, and a great award night tonight. So thanks for letting me in here, David. I'll turn it back your way. KC9YAV and the wonderful Wolverines, WP8VOW 73s, everyone.
Okay, Rusty. Very good. Sorry to hear about Diane with the 3 pink stripes and she's out. Really sorry to hear that. I haven't heard of anyone with COVID coming down with COVID in quite a while here. That's kind of perked my ears up. Made me think about why maybe for the past 2 days I've been kind of a sleeping zombie, but don't necessarily think that I got COVID. But anyway, awful sorry to hear that. Hope she gets over it pretty quickly and is back on her feet. And as far as getting the camper all ready to go, yeah, hey, QRP Podaman there going to be going on the road here real soon, and seeing some country. That sounds good, even if it is just over to the in-laws and the family driveway. That's fun, and I'm sure that you got some plans for going other places this summer as well. So I forgot all about you and the camper, having the camper tucked up next to the garage and getting it out and getting it ready to go. So that sounds like you got some fun planned for the rest of the summer. So good job on getting it ready to go today. So you take it easy, and you take care of Diane, and we will talk to you later on. So 73s. And with that, let's drop down to number 33. That's Bob in Windsor. And stand by Tom in Yale. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Bob, Victor Echo 3, Kilo Uniform Zulu. Bob, how you doing tonight?
Not bad, David. KC9YAV. This is VE3KUZ. Bob here in Windsor. Just got back from my weekend away with the Alpha course. You go out of town for that, and turn the radio on just in time to catch the net here. Actually, I'm not feeling too well myself. Very tired, so hope I'm not coming down with something. But anyway, Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. I think my favorite was the first one, because I remember going to see it when it first came out in the theater. There was all the hype and that, and saw it, and it was kind of nothing like we'd ever seen before. So it was very impressive, very well done, and it's kind of hard to top that, even with all the new CGI and things. It was just the impact that it had. That's what I think. They can't top that, no matter what they try. I don't mind any of the other ones. I watched all of them, I think, and No, I still go back to the first one because of the impact it had. Hey, other than that, thanks for doing the net tonight, David. Yeah, your signal's pretty well the same as normal, maybe a little lower. Band is coming up. Hearing everybody, some signals are down a little bit tonight, but oh well, it's approaching summer, and I guess we can expect that. So anyway, I'll put it back to you, KC9YAV from VE3KUZ.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, definitely. The first one had impacts to it. It was the kind of like the I want to say the archetype of the classic myth of our time. It builds upon the true elements of historic myth, creating the mythical hero and everything. It had all the elements of it, and it was just carried off. The story was carried off with great care and was told very well, and it had a lot of substance to it, which really made it quite successful. And even though the special effects, as compared to today's standards, were not very great, at the time they were superb. So it was quite the movie of its time. So it made a big impact. So anyway, I hope you get feeling better and back up to par in the next day or so, and we will talk to you later on. So until then, 73 is my friend, and we will be talking to you. And with that, we'll drop down to number 34. That's Tom in Yale. And stand by, Harold in Rock Island. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Tom, November 8, Echo Romeo Victor. Tom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Been working on projects in the shack all day. And I see I'm messing with my other radio. But anyway, it's 70.2 degrees up here. We had sunshine. No moisture to speak of. But I've been working on an amplifier issue. I think I done got that fixed. And now I got to fix an issue in the Heathkit tuner. The little nylon gears don't want to track so great to tell me where the inductor is, so I have to kind of guess right now. Because it skips a two or three, and then it catches again, and that kind of stuff. But I'm going to have to make me a little spacer so I can set it away from the wall of the tuner a little bit, so it don't catch on stuff and get stop. But other than that, I took it apart once today, and I ain't going to do it again today. I hope everybody's having a good evening. I don't know about the Star Wars thing. It's just I've watched a couple of them. They're okay movie, but it's I get into all of them, different movies. Especially my old buddy MASH. So with that, good evening to everybody, and you're all sounding pretty good. NATERV.
Okay, Tom. Well, good luck on getting the tuner fixed up. The third time's the charm, but hopefully you won't have to do it a third time. Hope you get the plastic spacer made up and get that in there, and that takes care of getting the gears to mesh all the time so that it doesn't skip. I know how frustrating that can be. Hopefully you'll get one. I don't know whether or not you're going to have to make the spacer or whether or not you've got something that'll work for it without having to do a little engineering and tooling to get it to work. But hopefully you'll get that taken care of, and things will be better than new. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for you. But anyway, you have a great evening, and take care, and we'll find out how things turned out later on this week sometime when we talk to you, how that tuner project works out. So until then, best wishes, and have a great evening. And with that, let's drop down to number 35. That's Harold in Rock Island. That's Kilo Charlie 9, India Victor Oscar. Harold, how are you doing tonight? Okay, Harold. Well, we got here in northern Indiana, we've got about 75 degrees right now. We got up to about 82 today. But the band has started falling apart again here between static from thunderstorms, and looks like we're having another solar flare. The band kind of deteriorated a little bit, but I heard about 75% of what you're saying about what's been going on today, how it was cool this morning, and then it cleared off a bit, and wasn't too bad the rest of the day. I think you said you got some rain this afternoon, and been playing with radios, and if I understood correctly, you were on 11 meters and 10 meters, or you have got an 11 meter that you haven't been on for a while, and you got a 10 meter you haven't used for a while, and I think you said that you're thinking about maybe getting a new radio, if I understood you correctly. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but with the new radios, they've got some better digital signal processing in them that make them a little bit quieter than some of the older ones do. So they do have some advantages. So that you might want to think about that, which I'm sure you probably already know. So anyway, the band is definitely deteriorating a little bit. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. So anyway, hopefully next Saturday night things will be a little bit better condition-wise, and we can have a little bit better of a chat. So until then, you and your wife and the 10-pound Chihuahua have a great evening. Give the dog a pat on the head for me, and I will talk to you next week. So 73s for now. This is KC9YAV, and we're at the bottom of the list here on the Wolverine single sideband net, and we're looking for additional check-ins. I am the net control operator, KC9YAV, and this is awards night on the Wolverine single sideband net, which means that once you check into the Wolverine single sideband net and get on the list, if you go to the Wolverine single sideband net homepage, just Google us and go to the awards tab and fill out the form for the award. You'll get the monthly award sent to you. This month it is May the 4th be with you in honor of the Star Wars movies that have been launched in May. So make sure that you do that. But in the meantime, if you'd like to get on the list for the Wolverine single sideband net, give me your call sign phonetically, and I'll add you to the list.
Kilo Delta 9 Foxtrot Juliet India. I sure hate to see you get to the bottom of the list, but we'll try to help you out there.
Kilo Delta 9 Foxtrot Juliet India, number 36. Who else?
Kilo Charlie 8 Victor Whiskey Alpha.
Kilo Charlie 8 Victor Whiskey Alpha, number 37. Who else? Kilo Juliet 4 Sierra Bravo Charlie, number 38. Anyone else?
W1 CFL Whiskey 1 Charlie Foxtrot Lima.
Okay, let's start off with Kilo Delta 9 Foxtrot Juliet India, Art in Fort Wayne, and stand by Mike in Michigan. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Art, Kilo Delta 9 Foxtrot Juliet India. Mike, Art, how you doing tonight?
Hey, all right, and I am at the mic, that's for sure. That's what I'm using to talk. Okay, well, anyway, I got all my yard work done. I got all the trimming done. That was a lot of fun out there in that heat today because my air conditioner is out because the run capacity capacitor decided it was going to take a big break for the rest of the summer, so it doesn't work anymore. Anyway, I overnighted a capacitor, and I thought I would get it Saturday because I paid for overnight on a Friday, and they said, no, you'll get it Monday, so I'll be getting that Monday, and I'll be glad to put it in and get it cranked back up again because it is warm. We got fans going. I got the ceiling fan going. Got another small fan that we got going in the bedroom to keep us a little bit cool. But anyway, all that said and done, come on winter, I'll tell you what, I looked at the lightning strike map, and I could see two big, long, horizontal things, and I'm right in the middle of it in Fort Wayne. It'll probably hit us sometime because I'm sure it moves northeast slightly, and it'll probably hit us about 1, 2, or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's usually how it goes. A lot of lightning in those storms, a lot of lightning. And if you look at the map, you'll see it. Anyway, we're going to let you go, pick up the other ones, and give you a halfway early night. Back to you.
Okay, Art. Well, sorry to hear you got air conditioning problems. I think I heard you say there was a thermostat. I think that's what you said. Band's in really bad condition right now. We've got a really strong M-class flare happening, but I could hear you in there. And heard you got a lot of fans running in the house right now. So, and also heard you saying it looks like you're going to get hit with a thunderstorm sometime around 10 o'clock tonight, if I heard you correctly. So I'm hearing the thunder static from the thunderstorms, thunder crashes here pretty well now too. They're over by Chicago for me. So anyway, you take care. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you later on. So with that, let's drop down to number 37. That's Mike in Toledo, and stand by Ray in Kyersville. You'll be up next. But first, let's go to Mike, Kilo Charlie 8, Victor Whiskey Alpha. Mike, how you doing?
KC9YAV, this is KCAVWA, Mike in Toledo. You said I was in Michigan. Yeah, my signal must be down or something, David. But yeah, I'm not doing too bad, boy. Them static crashes are coming through my radio pretty steady over this way. Last time I came in a little while ago, I took the dog out and it was raining. Just started to rain, and boy, I tell you what, skies are real dark around here. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it's them lightning crashes are coming through pretty good. Yeah, I'm not doing too much today. Did some running around and had some errands to do, and got me a new hose. I had to hook that up and took the old one off. I had that old one for about 15, 20 years. Man, that thing lasted a long time. That was a good hose. I hope this other one lasts as long. Doesn't seem as sturdy as the old one, but I don't know. We'll see. But other than that, just got done watching Kentucky Derby. That was kind of cool. My horse came in fourth. Not that I was really knew what I was picking, but I just liked the name of it, and he made fourth, so that I didn't do too bad. But yeah, I'll let you pick up some more guys, and maybe you might have to shut her down. I don't know if you're getting that lightning over by you or not, but it's popping pretty good over here. Thanks for letting me in. Hello to all the Wolverines out there. KCAVWA. Got a pretty good copy on you, David. You're about 5'7", 5'8" here. Maybe you can let me know what I'm doing that way. I got the amplifier on, running about 500 watts. Over.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, you're pushing good 5'9" here. No problem copying you. Of course, we always have a pipeline, so there's never a problem there. Yeah, I was going to watch the Kentucky Derby, and then I missed it. I was going to watch them on one of the screens here in my shack, but then I got sidetracked and forgot all about it, and it was done before I got around to seeing it. So I missed it. But I when I looked at it on the computer, I saw there must have been 9 different races, and I wasn't sure which one was actually the Kentucky Derby when I first looked at it. And then I saw it was the one that was ran at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock was the official Kentucky Derby. So then I kind of missed it. So anyway, and sorry about putting you in Michigan. I know that's a slap in the face, and I didn't mean to do that. Just kind of came out of my mouth. So anyway, I've got rain coming in from Chicago. It's about an hour, about 2 hours away from me, I would say, looking at the map right now. I see that you've got some that's going through Toledo area right now, but nothing serious. We got a pretty good front coming through. It's going to be coming through in a couple hours here. So some lightning coming down there, pretty good over in the Chicago area. So anyway, you have a great evening, Mike. Always a pleasure talking to you, and you take care. So 73s. And with that, let's drop down to number 38. That's Ray in Cyersville. That's Kilo Juliet 4, Sierra Bravo Charlie. Ray, how you doing tonight? Okay, Ray. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you had a good day today. I'm having a real problem copying people right now between static and band conditions. We're just shy of an X-class flare right now, and the band is getting really squirrely. So I'm having a real difficult time copying you. But it sounded like you had a pretty good day today, and it sounded like maybe you watched several of the races at Churchill Downs, and it sounds like you enjoyed it quite a bit. So you take care, and I think you also said that you enjoyed watching the Star Wars movies too. So you take care and have a great evening and enjoy your net tonight. So 73s. And with that takes me to the bottom of the list again. This is Kilo Juliet 4. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net, and I'm looking for additional check-ins at this time. If you'd like to get on the net, if you'd like to get on the check-in list, give me your call sign phonetically, and I'll add you to the list. And I also want to add that this is the awards night, so in addition to giving me your call sign, after you do that, please go to our awards page on the internet and fill out the form. But first, give me your call sign and I'll add you to the list.
Relay.
Go ahead, relay.
Yes, Andy heard W1CFL.
Okay, Whiskey 1, Charlie Foxtrot Lima, you're number 39. Who else do we have out there?
Can you hear KC8JBZ, Kilo Delta 8, Juliet Bravo Zulu, the jammed broken zipper. I am portable 8 in the fifth wheel here in Thompsonville, Michigan.
Okay, Kilo Delta 8, Juliet Bravo Zulu, number 40. Who else do we have? Okay, let's pick up, doesn't sound like we have any more. Just a reminder that this is awards night, so make sure that now that you're checked in, you go to our Wolverine single sideband webpage. Just Google Wolverine single sideband net. Go to the webpage and click on the awards tab and fill out the awards form. It is awards night. It is May the 4th be with you in honor of the Star Wars movies. Two of them were launched in May, and the award is the Star Wars Award tonight. Don't need to be a member to get the award, just need to fill out the form. So first, let's pick up number 39. That's Jim in Landis, North Carolina. I will probably need a relay on this. I don't believe I can hear him direct, but go ahead, Jim. W1CFL, how are you doing tonight?
Andy, can you relay?
W1CFL, you're up.
W1CFL, you're up. I guess he gave up. ABMO.
Nothing heard from Jim, David.
Okay, let's drop down to number 40. That's Bob in Brooklyn. Portable, that's Kilo Delta 8, jammed, broken zipper. Go ahead, Bob. How you doing tonight?
KCUV. Hello, David. This is KD8JBZ, Rob with two B's, usually about 3 miles east of Michigan International Speedway, but currently I'm up here in the Northwoods, just a few miles from the Dalton River, just a few miles from the I'm talking on my old 757. I have no internet. I have no cell phone service there. Doris, if you can hear me, can you put me in for the awards, please? I just want to check the equipment, see if it's working. I've been listening on and off here all afternoon, or all evening rather. So anyway, I'm going to be up here for another week or so up at the church camp. We de-winterized, got the camp all up and working, and going to mow some grass, do some maintenance, get things ready for this summer's activities coming up this summer. Anyway, thanks for letting me in there, David. I appreciate it. KC9YAV, back to you, sir. This is KD8JBZ 73, y'all.
Comment.
Go ahead.
Rob, I heard you and I put you on the list.
Thank you, Doris.
Okay, Rob, well, thanks for checking in. A solid 5-8 signal down here in Elkhart, Indiana. You're doing great. And good to hear you. It's been a while since I've spoken to you. And you get the work taken care of. And stay dry. Looks like we're going to get a little rain tonight, but it looks like it'll be a nice day tomorrow according to the radar. So 73s to you. And this is KC9YAV, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net. And I'm looking for additional check-ins at this time. Hey, Quebec Golf Whiskey number 41. Who else do I have?
ABMO relay.
ABMO relay, go ahead.
Well, actually, it's just a comment for W1CFL. Jim, you were doubling there, but we got you on the list. We got you on the list so you can apply for the award. That's all I need. Back to net, ABMO.
What was that? Was someone applying for the award?
No, Jim in Landis was doubling with the last station, so I just wanted to let him know he's on the list and he can apply for the award. That's all, Doris. This is ABMO.
Okay, I just heard applying for award. I just wanted to double check to make sure I heard it right. Back to you, David.
Okay, now I'm going to change Jim from not heard to worked. Okay, and N8QGW, I'm going to change you from in and out to active. So go ahead.
Yeah, Mama wanted a London broil for dinner, so I had to find me a recipe and get things going and get things cooking. And
like that. Finally got done with that and done eating, got dishes done. Figured you guys were still on the air. Figured I'd get back in here. We got about 71 degrees up here in Harrison right now. I got a bunch of leaves blown up, raked up. Quite a few of them burned. I got more to burn yet. Probably do that tomorrow after the rain tonight. And the only Star Wars one I watched was the very first one. I never really got into them after that one. Other than that, Dave, that's it. NAQGW, back to you.
Okay, well, that's all right. In my opinion, I think that was probably the best one, Jeff. I think that several people have commented that they thought that was the best Star Wars. It was the first one. The second one came in second, and then the third was the third, and then all the rest kind of were fell in after that, and it was personal choice after that. No real consensus. So anyway, glad you had a good dinner tonight and you got everything all cleaned up, and glad you could make it back and check in and say hello. So you have a great evening, Jeff, and take care. And that takes me to the bottom of the list again. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net, and I'm looking for additional check-ins at this time.
And this is Hotel Uniform Mike.
Was there an Alpha Charlie out there? This is Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net, looking for additional check-ins.
Heard Kilo 4 Hotel Uniform Mike there, David.
Okay, Kilo 4 Hotel Uniform Mike, number 41. Anyone else? Okay, Lynn, Kilo 4, Hotel Uniform Mike, go ahead. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net. By the way, this is awards night, so make sure you go to our website and fill out the awards form tonight. Go ahead, Lynn.
Hey, Dr. Farad, you can copy me, but this is K4HUS. That's Lamar County in for the numbers, and I got to get my reward, especially for being with you. I watched the first Star Wars, and I can't remember the other one. Was less exciting. So I guess the first. Anyway, back to you. I want to hug you because I'm not sure you're hearing me, Larry. K4HUS, back to the net, and everybody have a wonderful rest of the weekend.
Okay, Lynn, I had a really tough copy on you. I've got a lot of static crashes coming in. I've got a line of thunderstorms about 70 miles away from me that's making it pretty tough to hear. But thanks for checking in with me here tonight. And just wanted to remind you that it is awards night here on the Wolverine single sideband net. So make sure that you go to the Wolverine single sideband website and click on the awards tab. And fill out the form, and you'll get this month's award, which is May the 4th be with you. It's the Star Wars Award in commemoration of the release of the two Star Wars pictures. The first and the third of the Star Wars movies were released in May. So anyway, you have a great evening, and take care, and thank you very much for checking in with me tonight. Hopefully next Saturday night it'll be a little bit better and I'll be able to hear you. So 73s, Leonard. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net, and I'm looking for additional check-ins.
This is Kilo 8 Delta X-Ray Juliet, and according to the instant message, you also had Kilo Alpha 4 Alpha Tango Tango.
Okay, Kilo Alpha 4 Alpha Tango Tango. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Working. Sam in Kannapolis, North Carolina. Rainy day down here. I will not keep it. I know it's hard to hear me. Thank you for the relay in, Doris. I appreciate that. First Star Wars, but 7-3. Hope everyone has a good weekend. KATT Sam 661. 7-3.
Over.
Okay, Sam. I copied most of that and making a pretty good signal up here. And thanks for checking in with us tonight. And make sure you sign up for the Star Wars Award. I think you said that you were. So you have a great evening and take care. And may the force be with you. And this is Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee Alpha Victor. Net control for the Wolverine single sideband net, and we're looking for additional check-ins at this time. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net. We're looking for additional check-ins at this time. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net, and we're looking for additional check-ins at this time. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee Alpha Victor, net control for the Wolverine single sideband net, and this will be my final call for check-ins. I would like to thank everyone who checked into the net tonight. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee Alpha Victor, net control from Elkhart, Indiana, now closing this evening's edition of the wonderful Wolverine single sideband net. Good night and 73s to all.
Good job, David, under those trying conditions. We do have the file, and may the force be with you.
Okay, and may the force be with you too. 73s all.
You're a rock star, David. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, Sean.
And remember, it's awards night.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere.
Have a good night, buddy.
You too, Sean.
N8SOB. You too, Doris and Taz.
Well,
hey, Sean,
thank you,
don't
Sean,
forget you can get individually covered M&Ms just to match the high school colors.
I like M&Ms.
So do I. They don't get your fingers chocolatey.
I like M&M peanuts.
I like M&M almonds.
I like the peanut ones too. You never know how big the nut's gonna be.
That is true. The M&M pretzels aren't bad either.
Oh, I want to try those.
Ever try the caramel ones?
No, I haven't tried those yet.
Those are pretty good if you like caramel, but there's not a lot of caramel, so it's It's, you know, it's tiny.
Well, that's not bad. Sometimes caramel can be overpowering.
Not to me.